about a great new resource that will help you to accept, appreciate, and achieve even more than you already do. It's my new book, 101 Affirmations for Radical Self-Love. It's a great tool, something you can put in your pocketbook, and you can get it at Amazon.com. Bye!
This morning I put on this cute little hot outfit and I'm like prancing around in front of my mirror going, I love this outfit. And then I turned around and I was like, oh, what is that? I have wrinkles on my thighs and the back of my thighs. I look closer and I scrunch it up and I'm like, what are all, it's like an orange peel. And then I was like, oh my God, I think I have cellulite. So I looked at it and I was like considering not wearing this outfit, but then I was like, you only live once. Got a little cellulite. Who cares? Like, seriously, people walking down the street that don't know me, are they going to really spend the rest of their day talking about my cellulite? I don't think so. If so, they don't have a life. So that's how I completely accepted, like, my body. What was the other part of your question, Susan?
So there's both. There's, like, the physical, which you just mentioned, and there's the internally.
Okay.
Accepting.
So internally, you know, there are just a lot of flaws that I have that I wish I could change, and I've spent all my 20s wishing that I just didn't have it. You know, impatience. I'm very assertive when I want something, and you know, I feel like what I've done is taken those weaknesses and really turned them into strengths, and I also try to surround myself with people who might have the opposite strength, the opposite weakness, so that we can kind of help each other. So, you know, I found ways to accept what I have, because when you have, let's say you're really, let's say you have an anger issue, okay? You can really work on that and you can really try to improve yourself. But on the other hand, I bet you're really, really passionate. So there's always pros and cons to everything. We all have our own bag of things, and you just learn to appreciate it, as you talk about all the time, Susan.
Yeah. You know what? And I like how you said you surround yourself with other friends and colleagues that might have the opposite of what you have. That way you learn from each other. I really like that aspect, because a lot of times still friendships compete. Why compete? You guys can really help each other grow as a whole in all levels of life and emotionally. So I like that. I like how you touched on that. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I really firmly believe, I like what you just said also, why compete when I think it's great when you surround yourself with people who might be a little better at something that you're not so good at, because it really challenges you to reach a little higher, and hopefully vice versa.
Right.
Okay, so let's start with the easiest. I appreciate my husband, my daughter, my dog, and I appreciate the fact that I get to go, that I live in one of what I think is one of the greatest cities in the world, New York City, and I love that I get to also go to the countryside in the Catskills to experience something totally opposite, so I appreciate that. Personally, that's a little harder. You know, I think what I appreciate about myself is that I'm able to manifest my dreams very quickly. And I think it's funny because that goes hand in hand with the impatience. I think the impatience helps me to manifest quickly. I mean, you know, with the impatience comes with a bag of other issues. But like I said, finding your weakness, turning it into your strength. So I appreciate that about myself. I really appreciate when someone challenges me to kind of rethink my own world, you know. I also really appreciate when someone inspires me to reach higher. Women entrepreneurs, I'm surrounded through the Saver community, I'm surrounded by amazing women entrepreneurs, so I appreciate that so much. It's like so much passion. When we have a Saver event, there's just so much passion in the room that it's extremely inspiring. I think, you know, because I grew up as a concert pianist, and I played piano since I was really, really little. And when you're so little, you know, my parents were a huge part of making me practice every day, like even as a child, 3 hours a day. And I just, it's ingrained in you that that's what you have to do. And I did love it on some level, but I definitely felt like I was a prisoner of someone else's dream. And all through my 20s, I felt like I had to do it. And I remember telling my mom one day that I wanted to quit piano, and she was just so depressed. I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. And so the fact that I was able to really, in my 30s, find what I want to do, break free from that prison that I had put myself into, and go after what I really want, I'm so proud of that, because I think that so many of us live someone else's dreams, or we are not living what we were meant to live. And so for me, that was huge, huge. It was such a difficult thing for me to do. You know, it's funny because when you talk about accept, appreciate, achieve, the one that I identify with the most is achieve. Like, I feel most comfortable teaching that, being in that zone. I think because of my background, I am constantly trying to achieve. I'm constantly trying to, I'm constantly driven, and that can be extremely tiring. And so that could be a quirk of mine, that I'm constantly like driving really fast. But I'm also really silly, and I think that that's a wonderful balance. Like, I love to have fun with my daughter. I love to joke around with my husband. I love to just sort of pick on him and pick on, you know, just in a fun, loving way, and with jokes. And, you know, I think that that is a great balance. I love that I'm able to manifest my dreams. I love that part about myself. I just feel like when I see it, it happens. And I really enjoy that I'm able to do that.